mean, come on, how nice is this? The new FlexiSpot Comhar all-in-one standing desk is absolutely phenomenal. I want to thank FlexiSpot for sponsoring this portion of the video. I am so grateful for their continued partnership in support of not just this YouTube channel, but the work that I am doing with my students. FlexiSpot's new desk is honestly made for teachers and, I mean, anyone who needs a desk, but this has been amazing. Something that I love about this desk is its ability to rise. So my extra monitor, my main laptop, keyboard, mouse, all of that, it's solid on the desk. I hit this preset button, number 2, and the desk rises to my already programmed standing height. So I programmed number 1 to be my sitting height, number 2 is my standing height, and that leaves me still with 3 and 4. There's also USB charging and USB-C charging, and not to mention this incredible drawer, which I keep, you know, just like a calculator, my clicker, my lights, my light control here. There's tons of room in that drawer, and then everything just rises. So when I'm ready to stand and work, it's great. Standing while I'm working is really effective for keeping an eye on my students. So I might have to respond to a quick email or something. I'll rise to that standing height. I'll have my eyes on students when they're working independently on whatever it is they need to work on. And I'm just a huge fan. I kind of converted the desk into my own makeshift L-shaped desk. I have this black table that was in my classroom last school year. I put just a black tablecloth over. It's actually not a black table. It's just a table that I put a black tablecloth over, and the height of the FlexiSpot desk is actually perfect. So it looks like an L-shaped desk, and then it gets me everything I need right here for students. If you want to learn more about the Comhar all-in-one standing desk and how you can get one in your classroom with students, go ahead and check out the link down in the description box for my exclusive referral link. You will not regret it. This desk is awesome, and again, thank you so much, FlexiSpot, for your continued support of my classroom and the work I am doing with my students. It's currently Monday morning, August 29th, 2022. Today is our first official school day with all students. Last week we had the first half of students by last name, like A through K. They came on Thursday, the rest of the students came Friday, and today is the first day our entire class is going to be together. So in my eyes, this is the first true day of school. We're gonna really start to see and feel what the classroom dynamics are going to be like with all students in the room. So I'm really excited for today to have everybody together and to really get into what this school year is going to look like. Thought I'd walk you through what we are doing here in the classroom today with students. The first thing students are going to be working on this morning are their pennants that most of them started and finished last week. Those pennants, they looked like this, just a little all about me activity that students were doing as like morning work as everybody was trickling in. So students who did not finish those are going to finish them first thing this morning. The rest of the students will be working on these time capsules, which we fill out now. Ask students things like their favorites, favorite sport, favorite color, favorite food, what they want to do when they grow up. They fill this out now, and we usually give it to them at the end of the school year. And so students are going to work on this once their pennants are done. But actually, I'm going to go put all this out right now. So be right back.
2 seconds later.
Okay, just put those out on students' desks. When they are done with their morning work, which happens at about 9:05 when my principal comes on and does announcements. Actually, our 4th grade students do announcements most of the year, but we're not in that routine yet. So right now my principal's still doing them. So at 9:05, morning announcements come on. We will then have our first morning meeting. At my school, we call it class huddle, but it's a morning meeting. We will do our greeting, which today our greeting is, I'm looking at my slides, so I have all of it laid out on my slides. My slides you can get from Teachers Pay Teachers. I have a template for the first day of school. It's just, I use the same ones all year. We'll do the name and adjective greeting, so you have to say your name and then an adjective that starts with the first letter of your name. So for me, my name is Kyle, or I guess I would say Mr. Cohen. So I would say like Caring Cohen. And then we would all go around, share our names and adjectives, and then you say the person who said before you. So if I was first, I would say Caring Cohen. The second person would then say their name and adjective, but then have to say mine, the third person would then have to do theirs, and then the second person and the first person. So whoever's last, they get the fun job of doing everybody, and then I usually let students share out if they want to try to go around the circle and do all of their names and adjectives. This is perfect for today because we actually do have students who are meeting each other for the first time, so names right out the gate, and a fun activity like this always helps to, break the ice, as they say. I then share what the national day is with students. Today is National Lemon Juice Day. There's a calendar that I link. It's called nationaldaycalendar.com, and every day I share what the national day is. They're usually pretty funny. Students love hearing them. We'll go over the calendar, we'll go over weather. We're then gonna jump into this Find Somebody Who activity. I made this on Google Slides. Basically how it works is every student will get a copy of this and a pencil, and they're gonna have to find somebody who fits all these things. So find somebody who can play an instrument, find somebody who likes to play sports, find somebody who's excited to be back in school. It gets students up, it gets them moving, it gets them talking to each other. And I'll usually say that you have to find everyone in the room first in order to repeat somebody on your page. I'll then have a conversation with my students that's inspired by Rita Pierson's TED Talk, Every Child Deserves a Champion. And I will share with my students that they were handpicked to be here, right? They were handpicked to be part of our 4th grade classroom. And with that being said, they were handpicked because they're the best. So when we walk down the halls of this school, we have to walk down the halls like we're part of the best class ever. When we are engaging in group work or independent work, we have to act like we are part of the best class ever. When I'm not here and there's a substitute teacher, we need to show up like we are part of the best class ever. This mindset, this idea of reminding students that they're the best is such a positive framework, something that I constantly revisit in my classroom, and something that really sets the tone on how they should show up. In my school, 4th graders are the oldest in the building. We're a K-4 building. So we have this constant reminder of being the best and demonstrating leadership at all times. So again, when we're in the restroom and there's no teacher around, we're at our best. When we're in the cafeteria, when we're on the playground, we are the best. And this language for 4th graders, I believe, really resonates with them. It gets them thinking about what it means to be the best. And when they're not being the best, we have a conversation about it. So if we have a problem down the road where someone's not doing something that's the best, we remind them. And are you behaving like someone who is part of the best class ever? Are you demonstrating leadership like someone who is part of the best class ever? I believe, similar to Rita Pierson, every child deserves a champion. Every child deserves someone who is here, showing up for them, rooting for them, celebrating them, encouraging them to be the best they can be. And that is my role. That is how I see my work as a teacher. That is why I am here in the classroom. This conversation about being the best really gets us going with what it means to champion for students. If you haven't seen the TED Talk, I highly recommend checking it out. We're then going to talk about PACS, which is my school's kind of building-wide, district-wide even, behavior, culture, leadership plan. We have a conversation about what students want to see, hear, do, and feel in the classroom. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up so I can show you. I made a simple kind of template here, just on Google Slides, talking about the things that students want to see more, hear more, do more, feel more, and then we'll talk about the things they want to see less, hear less, do less, and feel less. We'll take all of the amazing ideas that students had, have a conversation about them, and then we will write them up on the board, the things we want to see, hear, do, and feel more of and less of. This becomes our class promise. This becomes our expectations, our rules, whatever you want to call it. This guides our entire school year. We revisit these expectations daily, all the time, to ensure that students are not just meeting them but exceeding them. And this is not just a conversation, again, that we have once and then we never talk about again. This will then take us into a tour of the classroom. I'll show students the things that they can touch, the things that they cannot touch, very clear with those expectations. We'll then take a look at supplies. We will organize our supplies, what goes in desks, what goes in lockers. We'll then take a break because we just did a whole lot of talking and moving and stuff. So I usually give students about 10 minutes to just breathe. They can eat a snack, they can go on their Chromebook, they can read a book, they could sit and do nothing, whatever they need. And then have our first content block. So this morning I will have my homeroom for our content block. I'm gonna walk students through a couple of online resources. So I'm gonna make sure they all have passwords that they need. I'm gonna make sure that they have the ability to log on to our math program that we use at my school. And then we're gonna do just a couple first day math activities. Students are then going to complete this Who I Am by the Numbers activity. I did not make this. My co-teacher who I teach with, she had this. I don't know if she made it or got it off Teachers Pay Teachers. You know, this does not look like something that she made, honestly. I'm guessing that she got it off of Teachers Pay Teachers. But it is such a fun, like, first day math activity. It gets students on Google Slides, which we use all the time. This is my example. So they have different prompts they have to do. So they have to write their age as a math problem, their birth month, number of pet. My birth month is 25 divided by 5. And then when you move it, it's the answer because I was born in May. We will then have specials, which today we have music, lunch, and recess. And then students will switch classes in the afternoon. I will have my partner teachers class. Again, we'll go through all those technology pieces. We'll go through the Who I Am by the Numbers activity. And then at the end of the day, we're bringing all 4 fourth grade classrooms together outside and we do this speed dating activity. Students make 2 circles. We have an inner circle and then an outer circle. People in the inner circle face out, facing one person from the outer circle. So if I'm at the inside circle, I'm facing someone who is in the outside circle, and then we give them a question, like, what's one fun thing you did this summer? We'll then have the inner circle rotate, so everyone has a new person, and we'll say something like, what's one goal that you have for the 4th grade? We'll then rotate, and we'll continue for about 20 minutes or so. Students really love seeing everybody in other classes. I really enjoy seeing students in other classes. It's the perfect thing to do on this first day of school when we are all here together. I have a few more things I need to attend to in order to be ready for today, so I'm gonna go do that. Thank you so much for being here, for subscribing, for liking the video, commenting, all of that good stuff. Thanks so much for being here, and I will catch you in the next one.